Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Mitch from Mitch Reviews Everything. Today I'll be reviewing the Chinese Mack from 1974, aka The Martial Arts. It was directed by Chui Dai-Chuen and it's from the Black Cat Film Company. Alright, let's get to the plot on this one. The narrator at the opening explains Kung Fu has strict guidelines and keeping a good moral compass in check essentially is key, and if you go astray, your day of reckoning will come. So the story begins with Huang Xiaoying, played by Wai-Man. He grows up a servant in a rich man's home along with his mother. The family martial arts instructor trains him along with a second martial arts master that takes over when he's an adult. All the training proves its value, and Huang fights off 3 crooks for the rich man. The rich man of the house is very impressed and gives him startup money so he can make his own way in the city. Once he does, he will be able to take the rich man's daughter as his wife. Huang in the city finds himself at odds with the local gang, fighting them off and protecting the locals, but making mortal enemies in the process. He does, however, gain the community's trust, becoming the new boss in town, as well as becoming the manager of a local inn. Will Huang be able to maintain his position all the while maintaining his moral guideline as a kung fu master? Alright, let's get to the good, the bad, and the kung fu. The martial arts in this are pretty good. Everything is well choreographed. The way the punches and kicks land, there's a tight flexing, almost conveying the power thrown in every strike, which I felt enhanced each fight. Not much more to say about the fights other than that they're really good and there's plenty throughout. Like many of these old kung fu films, there are different translations and completely different cuts of the film floating around. I bring this up in particular because the 2 cuts of the film I'm familiar with can greatly impact your feelings on the movie. The cut titled as the Chinese Mack runs about 10 minutes longer than the cut titled The Martial Arts. With the 10 extra minutes of the Mack cut, there's a narrative opener, which is nice, a sex scene featuring Wai-Man, 2 nude women, and a peacock feather. Depends on how you feel about all that. And finally, a legitimately real dog fight scene that is unfortunately a couple minutes of 2 dogs fighting. I hate to change historic cuts of films, however, I definitely feel no need to witness a brutal dogfight. I have to recommend the martial arts cut being viewed. It is a shame because the narrative opening at the Chinese Mack cut, it does set the movie up nicely. This is definitely a good watch, except for the animal cruelty, and has some true surprises for a kung fu film I was not expecting. Chan's journey through life and battling with newfound money and power is an interesting watch. This movie puts at the forefront a battle with one's own self rather than an external threat. I like this dynamic, and it makes you wonder if Wai-Man, with his real-life ties to the Chinese triads, was picked for this movie because of that, or perhaps he targeted playing Huang, knowing the struggle of yin and yang. I would give this 3 silver teals out of 5. That's all I got on this one. My name is Mitch. This has been Mitch Reviews Everything in my review for the Chinese Mack, aka The Martial Arts from 1974.